Hello Game Boys and Game Girls, I'm the Game Boy Guru and welcome to the third in my game music CD collection videos. It's been several months since I've done one of these and I've got a few things to show off here that I thought I had shown off in previous videos but apparently forgot to list them or I forgot when I got them. So some of these I probably should have shown off in a previous video, but didn't. Let's get started right away with this set. This is the Aleste Collection music album. I was sure I had showed this off somewhere, but this is a 3 CD set, or yeah, a 3 CD set of music from the M2's Shot Trigger's release of the Aleste Collection, which compiled several compile shooters, Aleste and Aleste 2, or Power Strike and Power Strike 2 from the Sega Master System Mark III, and then also GG Aleste 1 and 2, and included the new game GG Aleste 3, which is quite the banger. And so this compiles all the music from those games and includes some additional bonus tracks. So yeah, it came in this nice little plastic sleeve and is in this DVD size case. One of the mildly annoying things about the Japanese releases in this type is that sometimes they get creative with the obi, and so it gets a little weird to try and preserve those and hold on to them. And so there's the obi. I'll set that aside for just a moment and show this off. So there is the front and the back cover there. And as I said, it's 3 discs. So you can kind of see the whole setup there. It does have nice inner art and a booklet. Unfortunately, one of the little spines on here broke, and so it doesn't stay in place. That happened in shipping from Japan, but it's not the end of the world. And it has a nice little booklet with it. It has character art and information about the release. Of course, the full track list there, and some liner notes, which I have yet to translate. I need to do that and give that a read at some point. And so it's a nice little package. This came from Soundshock. It's the Soundshock series, and through Wavemaster, and I've received several Wavemaster releases over the years, last couple of years especially, and yeah, and then there's your main character from GG Aleste 3, who's kind of the focal point of the collection, really, since it's a new game. But yeah, this is a great set, and I was very pleased to get a hold of it. Oh, don't want to drop that. Let's see if I can finagle this back onto here in a way that will allow me to put it back in the sleeve. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, that is the Aleste Collection music album, and that's a pretty solid set right there. Another one that I thought I had showed off, but apparently hadn't, because I went back and scrubbed my previous videos, is this. The CD version of the Demon Castle Dracula X Nocturne in the Moonlight, aka Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And so this is the CD version of the Symphony of the Night soundtrack, which has been in print for years. I didn't realize it was still in print, but as soon as I found that out, I said, I must own that. And that is because A, it is my favorite game soundtrack of all time, and B, even though I've already previously shown off the vinyl release of this on my channel, the one that came out a few years back from Mondo, while that has the advantage of including the additional tracks that were exclusive to the Sega Saturn version, it does not have I Am the Wind, most likely due to licensing, and I need to have that. And so anyway, here's the Obi, and the booklet here. It's got, of course, your track listing, some liner notes with art that is some of the art that has been reused in that vinyl box set, but full color versions. And I don't know what piece this is specifically that is actually in here, but you know, it's got the full orchestration here: flutes, oboes, yeah, trumpets, trombones, tuba, timpani, violin. Yeah, this is cool. It's got this whole arrangement in here of a particular song. And then, of course, information and lyrics for I Am the Wind, sung by Cynthia Harrell. And even information about the CD single of I Am the Wind. And so, anyway, like I said, this is my favorite game soundtrack of all time. And I pretty much had to own a copy of it. And once I discovered that it was still in print and that I could easily buy a copy, I did so without delay. Next up, we have a soundtrack that, again, I didn't realize this was still in print or still available, but it is, and that is the Gradius 5 soundtrack, or Gradius 5 soundtracks, as it says on the front, which is a little strange. But yeah, this was, of course, a Konami release, the last game in the Gradius series proper for the PlayStation 2. And very different soundtrack than any of the previous games. This has a very a particularly electronic feel, which I guess was fitting for the time that it came out in the sort of early to mid 2000s. See if I can get this booklet out of here without messing it up. Sometimes they don't want to come out. I'll just sneak it out the other direction here. So there you have your front and back. As I usually do, I've snuck the Obi into the booklet just to help preserve it and keep it in reasonable shape. And there's not too much going on in here. You know, you've got your track list and some art there, some staff information, and then a little bit of liner note info. But otherwise, you know, not too much going on. But this is a cool soundtrack. I rather enjoy this one, and of course, Konami always did good music for the Gradius games. I'm not sure a Gradius game exists that doesn't already have that doesn't have excellent music. And of course, there's your picture of the Vic Viper. This is the Vic Viper T301, as it says in the cutscene. So yeah, definitely wanted to have that one. Another one that I wanted to get and was surprised to see was still widely available is the soundtrack for Tsukio Gorentai, aka Terra Diver. This is a rising shoot 'em up that is a bit of an oddity for them. Most of their stuff was 2D graphics, tate, vertical shooters, etc. But this game was released on the STV, or the Sega Titan Video, which of course is the arcade equivalent of the Sega Saturn hardware. And so this is polygons, pre-rendered sprites, and it is a 4x3 vertical game. And so there's the Obi, and this is through Base Escape Records. Base Escape being the outfit that I believe is either run by or has big involvement from, and of course now I'm going to forget his name, but he's composed several of Cave's, Manabu Namiki, several of Cave's big soundtracks. But yeah, you know, this soundtrack is actually different in the sense that it's a bit more orchestral in nature, a lot more like Radiant Silvergun, which of course was also on the Saturn hardware, and so it was a little bit of a different approach. The disc has kind of a single color impression of what's on the cover, and then, you know, more art of the ship there, echoing what's on the cover there in the tray. But yeah, good soundtrack, great game, good soundtrack. Definitely wanted to have that one in the collection. Another one that I was glad to see was still somewhat available, and I picked up a copy, is another old favorite, and that is Parasite Eve. This is among my favorite original PlayStation games, and brilliant soundtrack by Yoko Shimomura. This is a 2-disc, of course, and so this is one that has the disc flips over like so, and so you can see the art underneath. Once again, I'll see if I can finagle the booklet out of here without bending something. Very basic Obi, but it does show off the soundtracks for Parasite Eve 2 and then the Parasite Eve 1 and 2 collection, you know, box, which I'd still kind of like to find. There's also a card in here with a, looks like a download code of some kind. I'm not going to show that off because I don't want anybody to try and steal that token. But yeah, you know, of course you got your track list, you've got your information. There's lyrics here to Somnia Memorias, and then also Se il mio amore sta vincino, Eva's aria, and some additional information and art inside the booklet here. But great soundtrack, great game. Definitely a highlight for me from the original PlayStation. I streamed through a run of this a couple, 3 years back, and it's great time. Once again, a soundtrack that I knew I had to have once that I saw it was available. I also have kind of been going a little bit hog wild, getting some CDs in these ongoing collections, and so I've started a couple of those, and we've got the NMK Arcade Sound Digital Collection. These are through Clarice Disc, and in cooperation with Hamster and City Connection, of course. And so this is discs 1 through 3. Disc 1 compiles 2 games here, Operation Ragnarok and Gunnail. And so this is 2 discs. So there you can see disc 1 is Operation Ragnarok. And then disc 2 is Gunnail. And these are, of course, just music direct from the arcade games. And they are pretty well preserved, I would say. Here's the obi for that. And not much going on in the booklets, just a little bit of basic info. Your track list, of course. And then some notes on the 2 games included, and production notes on the CD release. So that is the NMK Arcade Sound Digital Collection Volume 1. These releases are all quite the mouthful. And then you have Volume 2, which compiles the music from Thunder Dragon and its sequel, Thunder Dragon 2, cleverly named. Now this one is all on 1 disc. So they put all the music on just the single disc there. So here, I'll show off the obi real quick. And then booklet. Once again, track list. Notes about the 2 games. And production notes and art specific for the CD release. And then Volume 3 includes music from Haka Mecha Fighter, Saboton Bombers, and Rapid Hero. Saboton Bombers is a kind of a platform puzzle sort of game. But of course the other 2 are shmups, so I had to have those. This is also compiled on a single disc. So they must be shorter loops than the other games in the first collection there. Some art there from, I think that's from Saboton Bombers. And give me a moment here to wrestle the booklet out. Again, just a basic obi. Same story with these. Your track listings, info on the games, and then the credits for the CD release and some additional screenshots of the games. NMK shmups aren't my favorite, but they are definitely games with personality, and they do have some pretty solid music, so I decided to go ahead and jump at these. There's another one that I thought I had pulled, but maybe I forgot it. So I might have to edit this video and grab it real quick so I can make sure and show that off.
A few minutes later.
Okay, I'm back, and I did find the other CD. I thought I had misfiled it, but I had misremembered the title of it, and that is another one of these Arcade Sound digital collections, and this is Video System Arcade Sound Digital Collection Volume 2, which features Rabio Lepus and Turbo Force. Turbo Force being the very first game and very first shmup from Video System, as far as I'm aware. And so that is one that I wanted to make sure that I included. I don't want to be in a position to have to go back later and say, oh yeah, I forgot to show this last time. And so let me get the booklet out here. There's the Obi. Front and back here. Back has got some production notes on the CD release. And so, as these Arcade Sound digital collection releases go, you've got your track listing. Then you've got info on your games. There's your Rabio Lepus and Turbo Force info. And some Rabio Lepus and Turbo Force art there on the tray. And of course the disc itself. So I wanted to make sure and show that one off as well so I don't forget. I also went in a little wild and bought a whole bunch of these Tool Plan Arcade Sound digital collection releases, as you can see. And so at this point I have volumes 1 through 4, 8, 9, and 10. These are the ones that I've picked up so far because they all feature shmups. I'm tempted to go back and get the other ones, 5, 6, and 7, just because then I would have the complete set. But these are the ones that I was most interested in. I bought all but one of these at the same time on Amazon Japan. And then Volume 2 was sold out by the time I went and did that. And so shout out to, now I'm going to forget which person sold it to me, but a member of DJ Psycho M1's Discord had this for sale, and I snapped it up right away. So let's just quickly go through these. Volume 1 features music from Vimana and V5, aka Grindstormer. There's the inside, and not a whole lot going on. in the tray card, just some screenshots and stuff. This is, of course, volume 1 in this series. Here's the relatively basic obi. Front and back of the booklet. Back is very sparse. And again, you have your track list. And this one has an interview actually in it. I'm not 100% sure if that's with Masahiro Yuge or who that is. I haven't translated this yet. And then credits for the CD release, as per usual. Volume 2 features music from Batsugan and Dogyun. And again, just some screenshots there underneath the disc tray. Basic obi again. And since I bought this secondhand, it came with this nifty Birdland sticker in the Toaplan logo style. Very, very slick. That's from Birdland Arcade, I believe, up in is it Michigan, I think? I know DJ Psycho M1 has been there a handful of times. Track list there. More interview. I'm going to need to translate these at some point so I can compile all of the list. And then your credits and more screenshots. Volume 3 features music from the 2 horizontal shooters from Toaplan, Hellfire and Zero Wing. You can kind of see what that's all about there. There's the obi. Your track lists, and each of these does have tracks at the very end that are a sound effect collection. More interview stuff. I'm assuming these are all Masahiro Yuge. And this one has fewer screenshots, so there's a little bit more detail in there, further interview. So again, I'm going to have to translate these and compile them somewhere. And then Volume 4 features music from the shmup adjacent games, I'll say. Outzone and Fixate, overhead run and gun games. And then here, more of that art under the tray there. There's the obi. And again, your track listings, interview, and like the previous volume, a little bit lengthier interview here. Volume 8 features 4 games actually. Slap Fight, Get Star, which is a more of an action, side-scrolling action game with kind of a robot character. Tiger Heli and Kyoku Tiger, aka Twin Cobra. All of this on one CD. And if memory serves, Get Star was the bonus game that came with the Kyoku Tiger Heli collection from M2 Shot Triggers. There's the obi. You got your front and back of the booklet. Track list. And this is not an interview, this is actually, it says fiction. So again, I need to translate this and figure out exactly what all of this is supposed to represent. Thankfully, we have handy tools to do translation, as long as I can take a steady photo. Volume 9 includes music from Hyushu-same, aka Sky Shark, Same-same-same, aka Fire Shark, Daisenpu, aka Twin Hawk, and Mahjong Sisters. There's that, and again the tray art. There's the obi. Track listings. And this one says column, so this must just be a write-up about one or more of the games, or perhaps where Toe Plan was at the time. Since these games are around at the same time, certainly there is some spread between the 3 main games there. And then finally Volume 10, which is Tatsujin and Tatsujin O, aka Truxton and Truxton 2. And this, the interesting thing about this is that it has 2 different versions of the Tatsujin O soundtrack. There's the Obi. And you've got your track list. Back to interview again. And quite a lot of interviews, so there's no there are no screenshots of the games inside of here, other than what's on the disc and the underneath the tray, or on the inside of the tray card. So that is all of the Toaplan Arcade Sound Digital Collection releases that I have. And you would think that would be enough to show off in one video. But no, I have to save the big stuff for last, because that's how I roll, and because it has been a very long time since I've done one of these, which means I have a couple of goodies to show off. The first of which is actually the newest thing that I have received among all of these, and that is the R-Type Original Soundbox. Now, those who have watched my other game music pickup videos before will know that I pre-ordered the vinyl version of this set and have received that, but I still wanted the CDs. And because I didn't pre-order the CDs, I thought, this is probably going to be an expensive set. Well, shout out to Desolus from my podcast Discord, who informed me that it was not, in fact, expensive to pick up, and linked me to a post on Zen Market, which then made me create a Zen Market account and buy this set and one other item that I got, which is not video game related. And so, anyway, we have the, I'll go ahead and show off the booklet first here. We've got the R-Type Original Soundbox booklet. And of course, this is much like the booklet that comes with the vinyl version, just going to have your track list and screenshots, art and stuff, showing off all of the games and list of songs that are in each one. And this encompasses the entire R-Type franchise up through R-Type Final. Actually, let me double check and make sure I'm not speaking out of turn here. Yeah, we've got the main arcade and console releases up through Final, and then it also includes other stuff like the PC Engine arrange of the original R-Type, the PSG and FM arranges of R-Type from the Master System or Mark III, the R-Type Complete CD music, the arrangement that's on the X68000 computer, as well as Super R-Type, R-Type 1 and 2 on the Game Boy, the there's R-Type arrangements from there's another Game Boy game in here. I don't know what the title of this is because it's all in Japanese, but it's it includes R-Type characters in the game. It's more of like a RPG strategy type game. It also includes the R-Type Dimensions music from the re-release and Armed Unit Police Gallop. Oh, and R-Type Tactics 1 and 2. There's some additional stuff in here, interview stuff and and content about the games, once again, that I need to translate so I can look through this. Lots of good stuff to dig into, and some liner notes and credits for the box set. And then you have the set itself on the inside here, which has all of that. There is a high-res audio card here with download links, which I'm not going to show off. I don't necessarily need to use this because, of course, the CDs themselves are high-res audio, but it's cool that they included it. And this was still sealed when I bought it. I have already, removed the plastic and all of that, but this was sealed when I bought it. And so this is one of these folding book style with multiple discs. So you can kind of see the whole collection there. And then just a nice little touch here. The Stage 3 battleship from the original R-Type there under the fold. And so, yeah, this is, the R-Type games frustrate me, but they're great games, and most of them have outstanding soundtracks. So this was a no-brainer, especially because I found it I found it new on Zen Market, and it was still basically original retail price or less. Why wouldn't I jump at that for an amazing compilation of music like this, right? And again, you would think that would cap off a great video full of video game music, but you would be wrong. Because I have one more thing that I have to show off, and that is the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom original soundtrack. And this is, of course, the deluxe box. And so I've already got it out of the plastic because it's kind of a pain to do. So I'll go ahead and just show here. When you get it in the plastic, this is what you get with the sort of OB/card around the thing. And so there's the side that protects the area where your contents are. You've got your extensive track listing on the back, your UPC and other details on the bottom. And then on this side here, you've got information. Because this is the deluxe set, you've got the information there about the other stuff included. And so now, setting this card aside, you get this glorious key art here, which of course is the art for all of the symbols at the different shrines and places that you have to use the Ultra Hand in the game to activate. And once you dig into the box, you have these contents here. We'll set this aside for the moment. You do have the booklet here with some of the geoglyphs from the game. There's a little card here showing the list of tracks that come on the bonus USB that is only available in this deluxe edition. I basically was waiting for this to go on up for pre-order, and as soon as I knew that it was available, I pre-ordered it. And so, of course, like all of these booklets, you've got your track lists for each disc, and art to go along with them. There's Raru. And of course, Ganon, the dastardly foe Zelda from the beginning of the game. And then some cool art there. And then a big long list of credits. Getting into the set itself, you've got this nice little fold concept here, and this thing folds out like so. I'll try and hold this up so you can see. But wait, there are only 3 discs. Why do I only have disc 1, disc 4, and disc 7? Well, that's because these are interesting little fold-out trays on each one of these that allows you to put all of the discs in and store them in this fun little system. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Maybe. There we go. Yeah, so you can see this is quite the package with even just this box, and of course there's some nice art there. Oh, and here I'll go ahead and show this all unfolded there. Yeah, really nice setup. But as I mentioned earlier, the USB drive is exclusive to the limited or special edition release. And so that comes in this little holder. And then when you open this guy up, you get this lovely Master Sword USB drive. Whoops. Let's see if I can finagle this out of here. This will be a fantastic display piece. So you've got copyright Nintendo on the bottom. This is weighty. You've got your Triforce logo on the top there, and then when you pull the Master Sword, it is indeed a USB drive and just a little well in there for that to sit in. And so that contains some bonus tracks, which I translated the list, and I've got that on my computer, but some of the bonus tracks that are on here are background music from the trailers for the game. And so that's a nice bonus to have some additional music and some other arrangements and stuff. But I knew if I didn't pre-order the deluxe set, I would probably regret it later. And so this piece is very likely going to sit out in the game room and be a display piece. But yeah, this is fantastic. I am really stoked on this release and, you know, this whole package, because Tears of the Kingdom, much like Breath of the Wild became my favorite video game not long after I played it, this also became my favorite after I played it, because it basically is Breath of the Wild again in some ways, but also expanded, improved upon in some ways, and you know, just is really, really good. So that is the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom original soundtrack deluxe box set. An excellent showpiece, and really good music as well. That is all I have to show off. That is plenty. I've got more here than I was probably planning on doing, but I was kind of waiting for this set to show up, and then I was going to do the video. But then when I found out about the R-Type set, and I was like, oh, I'll order that, and then I'll do the next video. So anyway, that is what I have to show this time. It'll probably be a while again before I do another one of these game music CD collection videos, because I don't have anything on order right now. And I'll wait until I have a decent handful to show off. You know, I won't just do 3 or 4 like I've done in the past. I'll probably wait until I have at least a half a dozen good things to show off and kind of go through. This was a little bit extreme, but it's okay. It's good to sort of get this all done before the end of the year, and I can start fresh for next year, and then as I pick up more stuff, I can go ahead and show that off. So anyway, what do you think? Is there anything in here that you would be dying to listen to, or that you didn't realize got a CD release, and now you're thinking, I should go pick that up? Let me know in the comments below. Let's discuss. And I guess, what game music would you be pining for on CD or vinyl? Let me know that in the comments as well. If you like this video, consider giving it a thumbs up so you can see more of my videos in your YouTube feed, and of course subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching, thanks for playing, and game on.